Another thing that's been making headlines is CID Boss Mameya Tiwa Adodankwa, who's been reassigned to head the welfare department of the Ghana Police Service. The restructuring also saw DCOP David Senanue-Klu, Director General of the Public Affairs Department, moved to the police hospital as an administrator. A number of other senior officers were changed in James Opong Buenu, the Inspector General of Police's letter issued on January 3. Here's a news desk report.
Now I'll proceed to look at
a letter dated 3rd January 2020 and signed by IGP James Opong-Buenu lists 12 top hierarchy police officials, stating their current positions and reassigning them. Notable among them is COP Mame Tiwa Adodankwa, who lost her position as Director General of Criminal Investigative Department, CID. She is now Director of Welfare for the Police Service. COP Mame Tiwa's reassignment is significant following her handling of the missing Takoradi girls case. Many called for her head even as her name popped up for the IGP position last year. No official reason has been assigned for her removal, but Joy News sources close to her say she was called in at 4:45 p.m. on Friday to the IGP's office, where in her presence the transfer order was signed after she was told her services are needed for several other police welfare projects. Our sources say she feels concerned her initiatives, including case tracking software and forensic lab projects, may be discontinued. Mame Tiwa was appointed the first female CID boss in January 2018. She would later be promoted to the Commissioner of Police rank in April 2019, barely 2 years after her promotion to Deputy Commissioner of Police in November 2017. COP Tiwa Adodankwa is replaced by COP Ken Yeboah, who was Director General of Police Administration. From a previous position as Northern Regional Commander, COP Ken Yeboah replaced COP Kofi Boakye as the Ashanti Regional Commander in 2017. A notable incident during his tenure was a known vigilante group storming a Kumasi Circuit Court to free 13 of their members who were facing trial for causing mayhem at the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council. COP Ken Yeboah's new position as the Director General of CID requires redeeming the image of the police investigative body, considering the massive public outrage against the office following the missing Takoradi girls saga last year.
So how does this latest move by the IGP ensure better services by the Ghana Police Service? What should be the formula moving forward, especially as we are in an election year? Joining us to interrogate all these is security analyst Mr. Adam Bona. He joins us via Skype. Good morning to you, sir, if you can hear me. Happy New Year.
Yeah, good morning. Many happy returns. Yes, I can hear you.
I think it would be appropriate to start because this whole shake-up, the concentration has been the former CID boss, the first female to occupy that position. Can I ask what she would be most remembered for? We can talk about the positives and the negatives.
Well, I believe if we have to look at some of the positives, I would want to start with positives. She actually revamped the CID detectives training school. There's one in the Brongahafo or the Ahafo region, or the former Brongahafo region. She also was very instrumental in ensuring that the DNA, lab within the Ghana Police Headquarters, CID, was functional because it had broken down. She also got, what do you call it, a lot of funding for training officers. So there are several other things she actually brought in as a CID boss. And apart from that, the negatives, I would say, would hover around this Takoradi missing girls saga, and probably the infamous, we know where the girls are, which I would say shouldn't have, that comment probably shouldn't have been made, but either way it was made. And so she did quite well. She did very, very well. One of the things that internally probably the media and what do you call that, the general public don't know is that she's actually well accepted amongst her colleague officers. And so it's one of the things that if, as this reshuffle was effected, if you messages I've received from police officers indicate a mixed feeling.
Okay.
But yeah, a mixed feeling where some of them are very excited because police morale is at its all-time low because of various promises that have not been effected. And so they tend to think that because of her good human relations, she should be able to bring that to bear in ensuring that police officers all over the country are given their due. Let me put it on here that police welfare, every police officer in this country is deducted 100 Ghana cedis. So let's say there are 30,000 police officers in Ghana. That will give us, I think, about 3 million. Where is that 3 million? It's a question some of us have been asking every month.
Okay, so it means that she's absolutely needed at this welfare. This is not like a demotion, because that's how I guess a lot of people see it. Because CID was a big deal.
No, it's not a demotion. It's not a demotion because this is the time I think she's most needed, because we are in an election year and there is the need to ensure that police officers and their morale is up. And so you have those who are on interdiction, and over there, some have been on interdiction for maybe a year or two. Some are facing service inquiry. Some of them feel victimized. And so it will be up to her to tour the whole country, ensuring that case dockets of this nature are brought to bear and then they are, disposed of. And like I asked, the 3 million or so, that is deducted from all police officers, including the IGP. No one knows where that money is. Maybe sitting in some government chest. Police officers suffer injuries. Some of them are psychologically, damaged. Some of them are committing suicide.
So I get the sense that you think that she'll be able to account for these monies that you talk about. But let's look at the...
She's got to go look for it.
Let's look at the bigger picture in terms of this whole, shifts. What does it mean? It's an election year. What does it mean to take Mame Atiwa? We've talked about her, but there are other changes. For instance, the man that we're known for a while, who was speaking for the Ghana Police Service, now an administrator at the police hospital. This whole change, what does it signify?
Well, I think it's very strategic. Eklu, Senanu, David is all of these people are my friends. He's very, very effective, meticulous with regards to what he does. And so taking him to the Ghana Police Hospital, I believe, would help with making sure, because there has been a lot of concerns about police officers not getting the needed attention when they go to their own police hospital. And so he being sent there, I believe, is strategic, especially in an election year. And
but
I think
if he is as excellent as a spokesperson, considering it's an election year, one would think you'd still need him as spokesperson.
Well, that is the truth, but they are equally very good PR officers. Sheila is there, Sheila Buckman. She's there. Sheila is she's your colleague. She is a journalist and then a lawyer. And so I believe that people like Sheila, if they have to take the reins of the PR division of the Ghana Police Service at the top, I'm sure they will do well. And so the only thing is that for some reasons, no replacement for Eklu has been sanctioned, and that is where I worry. It means that if anyone who wants to deal with the Public Affairs Directorate has been waiting to do that, you have to wait a bit much longer for that to be done. And so for me, it's something that I don't know why there hasn't been a replacement for Eklu at the top. But then if you look at the list strategically, there are some very good, appointment. For instance, you look at COP Tete Yohonu. Tete Yohonu has been put in charge of special duties. And if you know how effective Tete Yohonu is, this is somebody who almost got like a magic wand in catching criminals. And so if you put him at special duties, what it means is that he's going to be very agile, very flexible. When there are issues happening up north or in the Volta region or wherever, he's going to go after them, especially around this time when we have Islamist groups who have encircled Ghana from, the Sahel region and bombing and killing people day in, day out. Somebody like Yohonu is a very strategic person to be put at the at that position by the IGP, and I think it's something that would help us, knowing that he was the person in charge of Ghana police operations during the 2016 elections. And the 2016 elections went without anyone, complaining of, being harmed of a sort. And so there are some lows and highs. We need to ask more questions.
Do you expect more changes, though?
Yes, I expect more changes. I think the IGP, I'm expecting to see a lot of movements, at the regional, the various regions, because some people, some officers who have been put, commanders at the various regions, are not operational people. For the regions, you need operational people to be put in various regions.
When you say operational people, real quick, what does it mean?
I mean, what it means is that people who have gone through maybe district, divisional, municipal, and then they are elevated to region. But when you have somebody who in all his life, he's never been a district commander, he's never been, and that person one day is some accountant sitting somewhere, they pick him and they take him to a region. Such persons usually don't know how to align, their protocols when it comes to effectively dealing with crimes. These are things that I believe, knowing who Opombwenu is and his experience, he has gone through all this. He should be able to get officers, do a lot of movement at the regional level.
Okay. Mr. Adam Bona, we'll leave the conversation here. Definitely a lot more to talk about, but that's security analyst Mr. Adam Bona joining us via Skype on this latest shift change, if you like, in the police service. We'll bring you show business. Becky will be out by the first official party for 2020, the opener really, which happens every year, is the Joy FM 90s Jam. If you missed it, Becky will remind you of what you missed. She's up next.